Okay, the last time when we got all through talking to our crew and leveling them up, that took a huge amount of time. Absolutely massive. Uh, managing the group is very tedious. Well, not tedious exactly, but time consuming. It could have definitely been constructed in a better way. The fact that I have to come out of the ship to do a lot of these things is also a big pain in the ass. I'll try to do some of these jobs with this group, although yeah, I'm not going to do the equipment upgrades quite yet. I'll do a lot of little things we have. First things first, we'll try to talk to Bug at the hub. We'll try to get him to send fuel to Tilos. It's also a way to get some influence with Goto. Although he's clearly on the dark side, you want as much influence with people as you can get. Although it can lead to interesting things if you lose a ton of influence. But that's not my character. I'll try to get every little bit of influence I can get out of these guys. That won't amount to much at this point. Corriban might be a good place, but I'm not sure for whom. It definitely has potential, but it could go all kinds of wrong ways with certain characters. I do not have Goto here, but rest assured, he will trouble you no longer. Yeah, he seems pleased. Yeah, the Lothians. Yeah, this is missing us. What we still need to do is he's sending the fuel freighters, but the problem is that the Lothians will not trust the hub. So I do have to go there personally and seal the deal. That should secure the fuel contracts. Get a pilot contract now.
You interrupting me, Freddy?
Okay. Do you have any need of 4 pilots?
Now that freighters can depart safely, I can use a good pilot.
Yeah, the refugee Otis will work for you for sponsorship.
Fast I can do this. Good. I'll send someone for him.
We do have to visit the refugee sector. No, I'll do this. There was the husband of a wife who's in the refugee sector. But they're prevented from meeting. I want to talk to him to see if that makes any kind of a difference in the options we can use to arrange a meeting.
Any chance you've heard some word of my wife?
Hmm. I ran into a woman named Aida in the refugee sector.
What? Is there any way to get her out?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I can't believe she's still alive. This is the best news I've heard in years. Please, whatever you can do, I'd appreciate it.
I don't see why I couldn't just escort her out. That should be the most obvious choice. Why do I have to kill every person in the sector or get rid of the exchange people entirely? Why couldn't I just take her with the party for a few moments and just walk her out there? It's the most simplistic solutions are prevented by game mechanics. But I do enjoy playing a role-playing game, a proper role-playing game for a long time, although I played a lot of strategy games lately. I do enjoy that, but you need something else. It just won't do a little bit of variation. Okay, do we need to go to the refugee sector or not? Yeah, we have to tell people the good news. There's still the thing with that merchant too. I'm certainly not. Well, I don't know. Killing that merchant would certainly be an influence event for some characters, but not for these that I have with me. That would probably be quite a negative one. I'm running around because I'm seeing if something gets triggered. I'm not quite sure if it here is where one Kreia event triggered for me, so it might trigger for some of my disciples. What? Journal entry. You have cleared a path through the exchange stocks. Okay. I didn't do anything new and previously it wasn't cleared. So apparently, yeah, it was just a game bugging out for some reason. I am glad that it's just it was for a minor mission. Everything major has been working pretty much as I thought it might, but there's still some minor bugs. Or you need to do something specific to trigger the solution. That's not obvious to the player.
Back again? Is there anything I can do for you?
Ultra leaves.
What? Lutris?
Path is clear, the exchange stocks have been dealt with.
How did you do this? I barely know you, and you've brought me word of my husband, and then a free path to him. It's almost too good to be true.
Well, it certainly isn't a trap. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, things would be a lot better here if everyone did things for each other. Let's go with that.
You've given me my husband back, stranger. My husband, my life. Thank you.
Did you find us a pilot yet?
But yes, still looking.
Please, hurry.
Oh, I don't.
Dora sinda mina na manto.
Yeah, exactly. How do I get a pilot?
Thank you so much for curing me.
Life's been easier since someone wiped out the Sirocco.
Thank you so much for returning my
Tonghite mosi jotia yumba litawa ebawa.
Doesn't seem to be a lot we can do here anymore. We still need to come up with a pilot.
Thank you for helping out Adana. I was worried about what would happen to her.
You've already helped us greatly. Life should start improving for us.
Good for you.
I used to serve in the Mandalorian Wars. Then the Jedi Civil War crushed the Republic.
Now I got a blaster hit in the knee. Is there anything worth doing here? Some looting is possible, but that's about it. I'll give one last try to talk to the leader of the exchange here. I'm hoping he'll pick a fight, but I should have just started the fight right from the start. Yeah, nothing will happen there. You're bugging out here. Injured. Okay, we need to go to Lutra once more. We need to speak with Lieutenant Gren in the Citadel Station. That's nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. Really seeking passage. I need to find a transport captain of some sort. Although it might not be possible anymore. There were a lot of captions in the docking area at the start. So I've solved quite a lot of their problems already. So there probably isn't anyone left anymore. We could do the Pazak tournament, but it's Pazak. I don't hate it, but if I would like to play such little mini games, I wouldn't be playing a game like this in the first place. It's not the fault of the puzzle. It's just that's not why I play a role-playing game, to play little mini games.
You interrupting me?
Could you help transport a family to Talos?
What? Do I look like a passenger ship to you? Ah, alright. You help me, I help you.
Yeah. Mother's name is Karana. She's in the refugee quad.
Fine, I'll do for you. But don't ask of Fasa again. What else?
Okay, that was easier than I thought, and I still need to visit this guy. What is this? What is this? I've clearly seen that area. Can't I access it? Huh. Yeah. Well, at least we got a lot of the side quests completed in this area. Jackson seemed to be the only area we screwed up. And there was really no warning that that would happen. Suddenly enemies attack and then nothing's possible anymore.
Thanks again, stranger. You've returned Lutra to me, and I will be forever grateful.
Aida, I didn't think I'd ever find you. I can't believe you're here before me.
The destruction of Telos? I can't even tell you what happened after. Being shuttled from system to system, barely one planet ahead of the Sith fleet.
Shh. We can talk about it later. You have my thanks, stranger. I can only hope you have as much luck at what you're looking for.
Yep.
It's strange you came by when you did. I was right at the edge of deciding whether to give up, turning it over in my mind. And suddenly you walked through the door and gave me the answer I needed to hear.
Yeah, I think you already knew the answer, which is why you didn't give in to the chain.
Maybe you're right. Thanks again, stranger.
Lightsaber! Why do these... Well, I'd like to complain why random people who are piss poor and clearly don't have lightsabers are rewarding me with constant lightsabers, but I'm in desperate need of a few new ones, so we can ignore it for now. And a new color. It's not quite green, but it's bronze. Well, not quite bronze, but I can't remember colors anymore. What's the crystal there? Do we have anything else to do here? Azak then. That would probably be a good way to gain something worth value. Yeah. Voga! No, 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 no. We'll definitely rob Voga, but I want the Telos fuel situation completed from to the finish before I'll rob Voga. I don't want anything to ruin it. It's a very important point to gaining influence with Godo. He's dark, so I'm not going to get a lot of influence with him without the help of these Republic restoration quests. I'm not going to interested in going here. I'm going into the area and just coming out. More a curiosity thing. Sometimes these trigger area transitions from certain places trigger things. I guess we'll go take a quick trip to Telos then. There's no need to have our equipment ready at full readiness until we finish all these side quests. And I'm not quite sure how long it will take. We mainly need lightsaber parts, and we can find a good lightsaber bit. We can just copy it to everyone. We don't have to spend a lot of time figuring that out. Or more precisely, once we figure out a single fit, we'll just copy it. Instead of trying to come up with an individual one for everyone. We go for attack bonuses, damage bonuses, and defense. That's basically it. Heroes! Yeah, enough of that. Let's go. Let's take Goto with this, and besides, they're probably compatible, fairly well at least. He's a huge one though. Massive ball.
So you've returned.
Yeah, I found a solution to Citadel Station's fuel problem.
Really? That's great news. The situation here hasn't improved at all. What did you discover?
Voga the Hutt is looking for markets for his fuel.
Voga the Hutt? That's preposterous. What makes you think we'd be willing to do that?
Voga has a lot of fuel from Slaheran and he needs to sell it.
A glut of fuel isn't going to help our position much in this case. It's a resource that's needed throughout the galaxy, and he'll be able to command a high price for it. Still, we don't have much of a choice. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Telosian Council and urge them to broker a deal with Voga. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word. So here you are. Now I've got to send this information to the Council right away.
Meh. Not much. Bill.
Yes. Is there something you wish to do for me?
Yeah, considering I saved you, you could be more grateful. I'll say just to see if it opens up some other conversation.
The fact we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually, my conversations do not have the give and take that our current interaction does. And of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field is activated. I am willing to indulge some of your questions. There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine.
Okay, restoration efforts on Telos.
Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure will dictate the economic forecasts of many other worlds. Of course, since the destruction of the Paragas facility.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault.
Of course it was. If you had not gone there, the facility would not have been destroyed. If you had simply surrendered to the Sith, then all of that violence would have been unnecessary.
Yeah, that's a good view to take. I can do anything I want, because if you had just surrendered without a fight, so nothing bad, all the trouble could have been avoided. So it's really your fault for putting up any kind of resistance. That wasn't an option either.
I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself. Perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is advantageous to the Republic as a whole. As long as your defense does not exterminate more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that acceptable?
I'm tired of being blamed for Paragus.
Then stop causing events of planetary destruction. You are a walking catastrophe, and you are not making saving the Republic any easier. You have stabilized Dantooine. Telos is instrumental, of course, since the destruction.
How can I... The Telos situation doesn't seem to have been affected in any way from this.
So you've returned.
Any more work?
Would you be interested in helping us by bringing in some bounties?
Okay, I'm doing this because I'm hoping they'll help with the stabilization of here.
This isn't a bounty, so to speak. But we're looking for a man named Batono who's been missing for some time. We're also looking for any information about the imposter Batu Rem.
Batono?
Batono is the overseer of dock operations for Zerka, and was assisting us in uncovering the elusive black market smuggling operation that appears to be operating at a Citadel station. A few weeks ago, he suddenly disappeared and hasn't been heard from since.
Hope we weren't one. No, we killed some kind of woman. That's probably someone else. Do you have any leads?
Not much, other than what I've already told you, and the fact he was investigating Docking Bay 3. I spoke with some Zerka guards near the docking bay, but they didn't seem like they wanted to cooperate with the TSF officer. Maybe you'll have more luck.
I'll see what I can dig up.
Thank you. Keep me updated. What is it?
Batu Rem.
You mean the assassin who tried to kill you, right? The real Batu Rem's one of us, and he's off the station on leave. I hope Batu's okay, though I'm expecting the worst. Shame. He was a good kid.
Yeah, what a shame. Is there any way to find out about the killer's movement on the station?
Yes, we looked into it and found that he arrived via a tramp freighter in Docking Bay 3. Unfortunately, the cargo and passenger manifest as well as departure location was not disclosed to us. That's all the information I have for you.
See what I can dig up.
If you find anything about the real Batu Rem, we'd like to know if he's safe.
That is interesting.
Welcome to...
All leads go to Docking Bay 3.
Kawanabota yunta tanga kinamatura.
Unless you have business, move along. I'm looking for a man named Batono. Okay, we need to talk to Jane Allure, so that probably won't go anywhere. You don't know that he oversaw these docks.
Dahupa bosa kurata go jujuto yoke. Hiata yamba
I'm just an
wachia
underling in the
yukito
sense.
tune. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora. Tayaita ta bosanansata.
Berserker employee was he, when you know, Batono.
Tong hite mosi jokia yumba litawa e bawatune ruta.
You can tell me what you know. I can hurt you, and then you will tell me what you know.
Tong laldu chung nao. Dukane tunga gurka chino sonka ticha noch. Tonata bias via.
Hey, we didn't get anything new from threatening him. That's like information about a passenger that came through here. Yeah, he can't give that information. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be discreet with my inquiries. The killer is dead anyway. We need to bribe him anyway. How much would this expense be? Yeah, 25 credits, I think we can afford that. Batu Rem. Narshada.
Loka kamaran endoso ran with no chabi. Du rantamana sobu.
The dock is clearly used by people who don't want any records of themselves, so they don't collect a lot of information about the people who travel there. We need to visit the Zerka Corporation.
I simply do not have time for you. My hands are full with trying to manage the restoration project without the aid of a droid intelligence, which you so kindly gifted to the Ithorians. If there is nothing else, I would prefer it if you left our premises.
Does the name Batono mean anything to you?
Batono? Of course. He was one of our former employees. Let me tell you something. There are far too many like him. Do-gooders who believe that because of the things Zerka must do to remain successful and profitable, we must be evil. They do not see the impracticality of their beliefs. They do not understand the realities of the galaxy. If certain funds must be paid, then Zerka will gladly pay. If competitors removed, then Zerka will do its part to forward progress. Batono could not see this. Before leaving our employ, he stole many of our records, then began to stalk our movements on the station. Harassment, but conveniently overlooked, sanctioned perhaps, by the Telosian authorities.
Yeah, the TSL are looking for him. He asked me to find him.
I see. Well, I suspect he's putting his nose into something or another. People like him can't mind their own business, always needing to pry into matters that don't concern them. I do know he spent some time in the company of the Ithorians. I assumed that was the reason for his efforts, that he thought by inventing stories of Zerka's evil, he could put Chodo Habat and his incapable assistants in charge. But if you are searching for him, and find him, there would be a reward for any information of his whereabouts.
A reward?
I would be happy to have him out of Zerka's hair. He's been hard to track down. So yes, a reward would be offered.
How much?
200 credits. And the thanks of Zerka Corporation.
I'll tell you if I find him.
Excellent. Zerka will be glad to be free of his baseless accusations and rumor-mongering.
I saw no harm in accepting the thing. It's not like she can complain if we don't stick to our portion of the agreement. What she's gonna do? Complain to the police that we didn't have the guy murdered horribly. So he should be in the Ithorian compound, or at least the Ithorian should know something about him. It's not him. He knows nothing about you. No. Generic Ithorians of no value. He's not here, but probably we can get his location. Do you know anything about a man named Batono? Are you sure? Lorso mentioned that he spent time here in the compound. Yeah, I'm looking for him on behalf of Lieutenant Gren. If I can locate him, it might prove the end of Zerka. Yeah, they're protecting him. Yeah, I'll promise. We can't tell about his location to anyone without Batono's express permission. Okay, we got a passkey to his apartment. I think we'll change the party makeup a little bit. Everyone has a lightsaber, no, you're not a Jedi though. Apartment C, apartment building C, apartment C1. I'm not doing level ups now. Any fighting that might happen here is gonna be trivially easy to ignore. Yeah.
What the? You're not CSD. What are you doing here?
Ah, you're a Batono, right?
What? No, you must be mistaken. You're probably looking for a previous tenant or a neighbor.
Lieutenant Gren sent me to look for you.
Dole sent you? Can't say I'm surprised. He was the one who wanted me to come forward in the first place.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do.
Easy to say that, but you're not the one Zerka will send its assassins after.
Yeah, if it's your safety you're worried about, you shouldn't. If the Zerka is exposed, they won't dare to move against you.
Sure, but everything takes time. Testifying before the council's deliberation, time that Zerka could use to rub me out.
Hmm. TSF can put you under its protection.
You might be right. I don't think Zerka has gone so far that it's willing to openly clash with the TSF. But Zerka has eyes everywhere. I'm not even sure I can leave this apartment safely.
Do you want to live in fear for the rest of your life?
What would you know? It's more attractive than the alternative.
You're no better than you think. The only way you can protect yourself is to strike back.
You're right, of course. It's not easy to sit around in this apartment, afraid of anything and everything, jumping at shadows. It sure would feel good to put a little fear into Zerka. See how Lorso likes a few sleepless nights of her own, all right? You've convinced me. Can you escort me safely to the TSF office?
Yep, I'll see you safely to the TSF office.
A Jedi? Jedi or no, Gren wouldn't have sent you if he didn't think you could get the job done. All right, fine, but we need to get moving.
Come with me.
Lead the way, I'll watch your back.
That's a joke. Ah.
What do we have here? Botono, if I'm not mistaken. You've been a hard man to track down.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. It's you we've all been looking for. Executive Lorso sent me to take care of some unfinished business.
I'm taking him to Gren and you're not going to stop me.
So you say, but I'm stubborn, so we're gonna try just in case.
I'll try to prevent them from taking action. And then skip that.
I need to keep moving. Let's leave this mess for the TSF guards to sort out.
Yep, let's go.
I have to hand it to you, I'm damned impressed. Not only did you find Botono, you convinced him to testify against Zerka to the council. And believe me, that's no small feat, considering I think Botono is as stubborn as ever.
You don't sound happy to see me, Gren.
Yeah, I hate to interrupt this reunion, but if there's nothing, I should be going.
Of course, I'm sure you have other things to be doing. The bounty is yours for finding Botono, and a bonus for bringing him back as well.
I don't have anything for you, but thanks for saving my life. I'll try and return the favor someday.
So you've returned. What is it?
I found some information about Batu Rem.
The real Batu Rem? Or the assassin Batu Rem?
I think it was the assassin because he came to this station. I think the assassin.
Oh, what is it?
He arrived from Narshada aboard an unmarked transport in Docking Bay 3.
Docking Bay 3. More suspicious activity from Zerka's private dock. If only we had something more concrete, I could launch a full-scale investigation. But Narshada? Sounds like you've made some powerful enemies. Here's the reward for the information. And if you find out anything else about Batu, real or fake, let me know.
Heat Shielding Mark 4. Boga. Battle Circle, we can't do. Hazarden, I don't want to. Trade Wars. We won't do that. How would we drive away the Rhodian female? If it doesn't involve killing her, we could do that. Yeah, I think we're done here and we'll go to Rav Boga next. No. Wait a minute. I need to talk to the TSF guy once more. He seems to have he doesn't give all his jobs away at a time, so maybe he could have more.
So you've returned. What is... So you've returned.
Okay, aren't you going to put me under arrest?
While I was disturbed that you chose to defy our orders and obtain transport off Citadel Station, the matter has since been closed. It was the decision of Republic authorities that your testimony would no longer be necessary, and thus you'd be allowed to go. But as we discovered, you had already left. In some ways, it was lucky for us, avoiding a possibly embarrassing situation.
Why would the Republic change their minds like that?
Why does the Republic do anything? The head doesn't know what the feet are doing. The hands don't even know they've got fingers, let alone where they are. My opinion, they probably performed their independent investigation and figured it wasn't your fault. Anyways, you should just be glad I decided to overlook the fact you escaped arrest.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah. And if there's nothing else, I've got a job to do.
Yeah, now I'll consider Citadel Station pretty much done. There's a few shopkeepers here. We might come at a later date to burn through our last credits, but not now. I want to get the side quests done, at least most of them. And Bogar really is the only major one we have. The only thing we need is someone to dance for Bogar, and that should be it. I think I could do it myself. We might be able to convince someone else to do it, but I don't see why bother.
Yes, is there... I am willing to indulge some of your questions.
Okay, this is good. At least we have enough influence to open up a few more discussions that might open up opportunities to get additional influence. I wanted to ask you about Bogar.
What about him? I am certain you would know more about his activities than I would. I warn you, once you deal with the Huts, they will always have a hold over you. But I am certain that in your short-sightedness, such eventualities do not bother you. You may speak. Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence must remain a secret, and it may remain that way forever. I am willing...
Okay, these are again questions I can't access. You can ask certain questions only at the initial dialogue.
I am willing to indulge...
Okay, a lot of your operation on Nar Shaddaa were carried out by droids.
So, they are known qualities. I also use them on board my ship for defense. But that in itself means little. I assure you, I am as flesh and blood as you are. I simply find personal meetings distasteful.
Yeah. The swoop racing on Nar Shaddaa was being dominated by droid.
Ah, yes. Swoop racing on Nar Shaddaa does indeed have its profits. But that in itself means little. I assure you, I am as flesh and blood as you are. I simply find personal meetings distasteful.
Yeah, Voga's raiders were being hijacked by droids.
Perhaps, though if you seek to trick me into an admission of my guilt, then you have thought wrong.
The Beast of the Dogs, who was murdered by his droid, after he had found that frequency was being used all over the moon to relay information.
It is so unfortunate when an intelligent sentient dies on Nar Shaddaa. It is also unfortunate that thousands die such deaths on the smuggler's moon every day.
Yeah, I think you use droids in your operations because you are a droid.
Indeed. How insulting. But I suppose I should accept such arrogance from an ex-Jedi. Now, is there something else you wish to know, or do you wish to waste more of my
Influence
time?
Beta.
You may speak.
I simply don't have the influence with him. I think we can at least get a more influence events. We probably can't do anything with Telos. We can do with Onderon. We need to go out alone. I need to pose as a dancer. Maybe I don't have the physical qualities though. Well, I do have quite a lot of dexterity. I think I'll use street injury. What else? What else? Improved force barrier. We need something against force users. Yeah, this improves physical attributes. And saving throws. Oh, that's a good one. I wouldn't be using such abilities constantly, but if you have to fight against some kind of boss fight, it's a little bit of extra life, a little bit of extra defense, a little bit of improved chance to hit and do damage. It all adds up. It tilts things in slightly, at least, in your favor. Okay, let's do this. Full explaining blade. Yeah, I have decided to help you out. What's in it for me? I don't really care about the payment, but I think I'm asking it because anyone who wouldn't have an ulterior reason to doing it would certainly be asking about the reward she getting for such a service. So, what would you need of me?
Mungachinorta imbrei wanachiki. Drumba bambwa. Kontichan munka. Kavadumba kuswaka tayamukata.
You don't need to do it yourself, just a willing female that is good enough for a dancer. Okay, what about me?
Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga sawana muta.
Okay, let's do this.
Dahupa bosa kurata go jujuto yoki. Hiata yamba wajiaki yukito tune. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga sawana muta. Tonino ba pinko ne yaka. Chuba picha. Tuna yuma mochinawa.
Okay, he's pleased, so this will work.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita.
Do not be nervous. Okay, we need to show confidence.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita. Tabosanan hansata.
Matagrito Kimulira. Nicho Dankanao.
Oh, wonderful moves. Well, guys, just...
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita. Tabosanan hansata. Entomesh mi paju. Watamincha yokolondo ado nukulabirawa.
Okay, he's leaving too. To take care of the girl somehow. Have to keep the outfit, that's nice. I'm saving this. Cast out watering dish or in Juma juice. Oh, you know I have teleportation powers. Maybe... Are you doing something? Ignores you. Yes. Masakai meditation band. Is that it? Aratek Iron Master. Some kind of barracks. Yeah, that sucked. That sucked. Aratek Iron Blaster. It's an excellent anti-droid weapon. Fantastic. I'm sure we'll get a lot of components when we turn it into scrap. And we got some kind of other item too. Another Madokai meditation pad. It's a good item for any Jedi. So definitely not wasted. Persuasion +2. Handmaiden Myra and so Myra and Handmaiden is what you get in place of Disciple if you play as a male character. So there's a little bit of variation based on your character. Matakai, no, Jalsei Mentor. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Gales? No. So we're now done. We need to do the equipment upgrade crap. Most of the stuff we have is already wear, or we're wearing all the good stuff. So most of the inventory we are carrying we can just either sell or turn into components. We're going to turn most of it to components, unless we can find some items we really want. At the moment I can't really think of any. No droid components. You know, Undar offered me, yeah, no, I want to see what you got first. Adegan. It's 2 damage. I'm not sure if we have enough lightsaber crystals. We could buy the crystal, I suppose. It's 2 damage. It's not a great crystal, but you have to have something. No, this guy certainly has nothing of value. So... Did you know Undar offered me a discount to deal with you?
Jurun maba kodu soto me kogariti jakolo me bomas. Machitu pachama chalo aba dona sinto noraki pashaka.
Character accepted.
Koparudunga ninisindo shoka mushka.
Okay, we're trying to get discounts from both of them. I think this won't go anywhere, but might as well take it to the end. Yeah, he offered me an additional discount.
Mababe want to susitu mukarata. To estrictonatada bear mabar chabi doko. Dona.
He's threatening me with exchange. I'm not scared of the exchange.
Taranamo sibu and dasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu. Donos emeragith. Wanarakora chi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata.
Yeah, go tell the exchange and give them my description. I'll be waiting. Yeah, now I'm blocked from all merchant trade from on Marshall.
Dawachosimu poendorakawa ichirendu momopa. Dawachosi.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I don't even recall any good shops here. I don't really recall a lot of good shops anywhere.
Gerektada cemente bingar. Der into runto walk away quail.
Nothing good. We don't really need money then. At least not for now. We could go visit a few places to buy things like lightsaber crystals, but I think I'll end things for here now. I need to do the breakdown a ton of items. Build how many lightsabers? Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So around enough crystals for about 8 lightsabers. And that's only because we have only found single hilt lightsabers. I'll replace them with dual hilts if I get them. That would reduce the number to about half a dozen good lightsaber setups. That should do it. We'll get the dual hilts when we start to face off the Sith. But for a while we might have to do with a fewer lightsabers. This way I avoid producing duplicates that are in the end totally unnecessary. We'll see how much components we can make though. I do want to see if I can produce some items. Not we need the lab table. We need to produce implants, but they use different components. So yeah, it'll take some time. Not sure how much though. It might not take all that much. We need to just keep a few of the better items and we can get rid of everything else. So that should provide us with thousands of components quite easily. But yeah.